Welcome back to a new video. Today we will be looking at who the 10 most high-value players are in the MLS according to Football Manager 2023. We did a similar video for the 2006 season, and I think it's fair to say the league has come a long way in this time. MLS seems to become more of an intermediary for South American players as they eventually make their way to Europe, rather than a finishing point for older pros. Let's get into our list though and see who's made the top 10. In 10th, we have Jose Cifuentes. He joined LAFC for $3 million in 2020. The defensive midfielder has since become a staple of their team, helping them win the MLS Cup last season. He was also part of Ecuador's Qatar 2022 squad. His performances over the last 12 months have attracted the interest of European teams, namely Brighton and Hove Albion, so a move abroad could be on the horizon for the Ecuadorian. Next up, it's Xherdan Shaqiri. Very familiar to European football fans, Shaqiri made his way to Major League Soccer last season. In his opening season, in 29 appearances, he finished with 7 goals. Disappointingly though, the Chicago Fire would finish the season in 12th place, missing out on the playoffs altogether. Joseph Martinez, no longer with Atlanta United, but he's now playing at Phil Neville's Inter Miami. Atlanta United signed him from Torino in Italy in 2017. Since then, he became the club's all-time top goalscorer, helping them win an MLS Cup in the process. The last few years have seen a dip in form though, mainly due to an ACL injury he suffered which caused him to miss the majority of the 2020 season. Time will tell whether he can re-find his old form in Florida. Hani Mukhtar joined Nashville in 2020 for $3 million from Brøndby in Denmark. Since his arrival, he has 43 MLS goals in 79 matches. Last season, he led the entire league in goal contributions, with 23 goals and 11 assists, a pretty prolific return. In 6th, it's Leonardo Campana. He recently joined permanently from Wolves. Last season in the MLS, he finished with 11 goals in 26 appearances. If things go well for Miami, they could have one of the most prolific strike partnerships in the league. For Kundo Torres, he in my opinion really personifies these more recent MLS-style signings. He joined Orlando City in 2022 from South American football giants Penarol. For $9 million, his signing wasn't cheap, but it's proving worthwhile. In his debut MLS season, he finished with 9 goals in 33 games. This form led him to being called up to the Uruguay World Cup squad for Qatar 2022. Next we have Luis Araujo, another big money signing, this time from Lille in France. The Brazilian first broke into the side of Sao Paulo before moving to Europe. He spent 4 years in France before moving to Georgia. So, we've made it to the top 3. Let's see who's in here then. In 3rd, it's Cucho Hernandez, the record signing of Columbus Crew in 2022. In 16 MLS games last season, he managed 9 goals. Prior to MLS, he played for Watford in the Premier League and also has experience in Spanish La Liga. He's also a full international with Colombia, with 2 goals in 3 appearances. Our runner-up is young Brazilian striker Brenner, another record signing, this time for Cincinnati FC for $14 million. Prior to moving to America, he managed 11 goals in 27 games for Sao Paulo in the 2020 season. Since playing in the MLS, he has 26 goals in 62 matches. It's rumoured this goal-scoring form led Nottingham Forest to bid for him in the most recent transfer window. This was unsuccessful though, and it looks like the MLS is here for at least his foreseeable future. And we have our winner. It's Thiago Almada. Atlanta United are doing a great job finding all of this talent. He joined them in 2022 for $16 million from Vélez Sarsfield in Argentina. Last season, he finished with 6 goals and 7 assists in 29 games. This led him to win the MLS Newcomer of the Year award. His fine league form also meant he was included in Argentina's 2022 World Cup squad. After they won, he became the first ever current MLS player to win the World Cup. A pretty incredible feat. Well, that's the end of our list. MLS, in my opinion, has a huge ceiling for what the league can achieve. With more and more high-quality players arriving in the division, the sport should continue to grow exponentially, especially as we move closer to the USA hosting the World Cup in 2026. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video.